Hi guys, it's Lisa Rose. For those of you that have just been added on to my journey, so I'll share a little bit about myself. I am the wife of Joe Rose, the mother of Destiny Austin Trinity, the godmother of 5. I'm a CCA, a Beachbody coach, a co-founder of Annapolis Valley Frugal Moms, as well as a lover of my life. So, as most of you guys know, I do a lot of personal development, and as I learn and grow, I want to share that with you guys to help you learn and grow every day a little bit as well. So, I am now reading a book called Eat Fat, Get Thin. Don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of it. So basically, here's my lowdown here. So any of you that have struggled with weight, that are sitting here and watching this video right now, you're going to have light bulb moments. I guarantee you. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you, but you're going to have some major light bulb moments. So back in the 80s, 90s, there's a doctor that came out and said, fat makes you fat. So all of a sudden, all of these products came out, you know, light mayonnaise, fat-free yogurt, fat-free mayonnaise, all these different things came out. But when you remove fat, what do you replace it with? Sugar. So you replace it with sugar. So what happened was these companies, these big industries said, oh, like we're going to get on this bandwagon. We're going to go mass produce all these products, because not only are they making the ones with the regular fat the way they used to make it, but now they're making them fat-free or low-fat products. So they got 2 lines now that they're making money off of every consumer. So one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, I have my whiteboard over here. I'm going to bring it out. So here's something you may not know. So our government, I'm going to put our government up here. I'm going to get a better marker. That one didn't work well. Our government. Now, I'm in Canada, so our Canadian government. Our Canadian government gets funding from all these big industries. So Pepsi, Coke, Frito-Lay. You guys get it, right? So big industries. These industries give the money to the government to research nutrition. And then between these guys, they come up with the healthy food guide that we have in Canada. Hi, Olivia. So, so we have these big corporations, and they go back to the government. So a doctor comes out and says you need to eat fat-free or low-fat. These companies are making more money. Hi, Tanya. They're making more money because now the government's, you know, the government and the doctors have come out and said, oh, you need to do this. So now they have those 2 lines, the normal fat and the low fat. Guess what happens? Who's next in line, guys? This one's my favorite, and I can speak from personal experience. You live in the valley, you understand. Our farmers. So if you live in the valley, you're going to understand this, or have ever lived around here, you'll understand why I have farmers on here. So the government says you need to eat fat-free, etc. Guess what happens? These PepsiCo, Coke and stuff says, well, if we're removing fat, we need to replace it with something, so we need to replace it with sugar. So they go to these farmers and they tell the farmers, you need to stop growing those potatoes in those fields of lettuce, and now we want you to do soybeans and corn. Anybody should be having a light bulb moment. And I'm telling you that because my husband is a farmer, and one of the biggest produce that they do is corn. Because the sugar that they come out with is fruit. Fruit is the sugar. There's a glucose, I think is the one I'm trying to think of. I'm not 100% guys, but it's one of the sugars that comes from corn. And then you got your soybeans that they use as fillers in our chicken nuggets and other things to make them stick and mold better. So these farmers stopped doing what they used to do of, you know, doing fields of lettuce and cabbage and corn and carrots, stuff that we used to see around the valley all the time. Now you're seeing fields of corn and soybeans and those type of things. If you want to know what a soybean field looks like, around September, you'll notice that the field has gone completely yellow. Those are soybeans. That means that they're now ready to be harvested. So you have these farmers, and you know what happens to these farmers, guys? They get paid nothing. Honest to God, they don't. That's why the government then came out with a couple years ago a grant for farmers, so if their fields get lost, they get money from the government. So, because farmers don't make that much money. So that these people are putting all these pressures on these farmers to go out and make this corn and these soys and the fillers and stuff that they need for this processed food. And they're stepping away from growing lettuce and carrots and other healthy stuff because these companies and the government are coming down on the farmers saying, we need this. This is what we need. So, what happens next? Well, so the government's coming down saying this is what the new healthy guide is, then PepsiCo, and then your Pepsi and Coke and the other ones, guys, and the farmers. So what also happens is places like Frito-Lay in our area, they're telling the farmers to grow more potatoes. Why? Why do they need more potatoes? Because they want to make more potato chips. So these farmers are running around growing potatoes, growing corn, and growing soybeans. And what are they not growing anymore around here? Lettuce, carrots, things that are healthy and nutritious for you. So what's happening to our soil in the valley right now, and I don't know how many of you may know this, is that farmers are actually renting out to other farmers because they've sucked all the nutrients out of the fields because they put too many fields of corn for too many years, or too many fields of soybeans or potatoes. It sucks natural nutrients out. So what they do now is they cycle. So one year they'll do potatoes in this field and then they'll do corn. Or sometimes they do a couple of years of corn and switch them because the nutrients that are in our soil that has been amazing soil, and we are known for our produce, for our strawberries, our apples, and all this natural produce that we get here, we're losing nutrients because our farmers are over farming right now because these people are asking for it. So, I gotta tell you guys, I'm gonna step off this platform for 2 seconds. If you are not a farmer's wife, you probably won't get this, but I'm gonna tell you, my husband gets up at 5:30 every morning. He may or may not get breakfast. He runs out the door. He works in freezing cold rain right up to November, December. He is working. I always say I have a winter husband. I don't have a spring, fall husband or summer. My husband will come home sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning and then have to turn around and go back to work for that 6 o'clock in the morning. So, and you know what? They don't get paid a lot, but he does it for the joy of it and because he loves it. So, it's not easy being a farmer's wife. It's not, but because there's all this pressure on these farmers to grow this corn, soybean, and potatoes, it's all coming back on them to work even harder. And so because of that, you've seen our machinery go from when it used to be on the back of a horse dragging through a field to my husband's in a tractor now that has a GPS that has the map of the field that he's in. He puts the code in of the field, and it's the tractor is guiding which way he should go because it's all technology now because they don't want to mess up. And they want the proper amount of fertilizer and the proper amount of everything on these fields so they can get money out of it and send it back to these companies. So, these farmers, I don't blame. Just so you guys know, they want to make money. It's the world of society now. You think about years ago, food was scarce. In like the 20s, 30s, food was scarce. And people were smaller then, and they had to work hard for what they have. And now all we do is go to the grocery store and pick up what we want. So what does this all mean, guys? Like, why am I doing this video? So I'm reading this book, Eat Fat, Get Thin. And somewhere along the line, like I said, there became this fad diet of eat less fat and get thinner. But they replaced it with sugar, caused these farmers to start growing more corn, soy, etc., and took away from our healthy vegetables that we could and should get. Now, I'm not saying all farmers where we live are growing corn. My best friend, her family's farm does broccoli and cabbage. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm just saying a lot have turned around and had to not cook that anymore because of it. Or cook. Sorry, I was cooking a supper there. So, what happened was they replaced it with all this sugar, and then guess what happened? Heart attacks went up. People were getting fatter and sicker, and they're like, we don't know why. They're supposed to be eating low fat, low carb. You know, have you guys ever heard that saying, calories in, calories out, calories in, calories out? No wonder none of us that have started a diet can stay on it, because I always think, like, have you guys ever seen that scene of the Pirates of the Caribbean? I don't remember which one it is, but I always picture Noah's Ark or something like that. So you're on this big ship, and they say, everybody run this way. Over here, you're going to be skinny if you run this way. So everybody gets on this ship and starts running this way, and the ship starts doing this. Oh, no, you got to go this way. So everybody runs over to this side of the ship, and guess what? The ship does this. It's the same with trying to lose weight. There are so many gimmicks and products out there. Who knows what to believe? Who knows what to trust? Because there are wraps, there are pills, there are pink elixirs, and all these different things. And who knows what works? I mean, something that worked for you may not work for me. I mean, I have a friend doing something called, Tash is going to kick my butt. Some kind of drink she drinks, something with an E, anyway. And it seems to be working for her, but that wouldn't work for me, because for me, I want to learn how to eat properly and then nutrition. So we keep doing this. Do we eat low fat? Do we eat normal fat? And what is normal fat? What is good? Does that mean I'm going to go pile the bacon on, or am I going to, and Atkins diet. I told you guys, I did Atkins. I ate a hamburger and a grilled pepper every day. That was my meals, because I didn't know how to eat properly on this. I just knew I wasn't allowed potatoes and all these other things. Eggs. Oh my God. 1 minute we're allowed to eat eggs. Next minute, nope, can only have egg whites. And now I seen a news report the other day. Yeah, you can have eggs again. Like, it's maddening. No wonder we don't know how to eat. No wonder we struggle with losing weight. No wonder you can't, it's so easy to fall off the wagon, because those companies and the government make that food cheap. If you had a choice between a bag of lettuce, I seen lettuce in the store the other day, $5.99, or you could get a bag of potato chips for 99 cents, and you only had a couple cents and you wanted to get something, you're not going to buy the lettuce, because they haven't made it affordable. And the reason why they haven't made it affordable is because they're not growing it as much as they used to, because they're growing more potatoes and more corn and more soy. And again, I'm speaking from personal experience. My husband's a farmer. They don't grow the good stuff anymore. They're being forced to grow the crap. And they're growing the crap because the government and these big companies are saying, this is where the money is. If you want money, it's not going to be growing in that lettuce or those carrots. It's going to be you making us a field of potatoes for potato chips, or a field of corn for geez, I wish I could remember that type of sugar, glucose or some kind of sugar that comes out of corn. So because of that, we're doing the boat. We're running this way. Am I allowed to eat a whole egg? No. Egg whites only. Over this side of the boat. Eventually, we give up. We don't know what is right and what's wrong, because 1 minute the government's telling us, don't do this, don't do that. And so we're listening to our government, because they are filling our dietitian's office full of these pamphlets of this little pyramid that we're supposed to follow. And I mean, doesn't our government and shouldn't our dietitian and shouldn't our doctors know what's right? Here's an idea for you guys. Mind-blowing. Are you ready for this? Hold on to your seats. Doctors are taught very little nutrition. They're not there to learn about nutrition. They're there to learn about your body structure, your blood, those type of things. They are not there to learn about nutrition. Most of them do not get taught nutrition. Your family practitioner was never taught nutrition. I guarantee you. When you go in the office next time, you ask your family practitioner, were you taught nutrition in med school? I guarantee you, you're going to get surprised. They probably learned it outside of that. I guarantee you. Mind-blowing. So, who do we believe? You going to believe me? I can't tell you to believe me. What I'm going to tell you is that I spend hours listening to podcasts, reading books, educating myself. I don't have all the answers, guys. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and tell you that I have every answer. But what I can tell you is what I see happening around me, which is my husband growing more potatoes, more corn, more soybeans, and less of the healthy stuff that we need, the less of the lettuce and stuff that we're used to. Or we used to grow around here. And our fields are being swapped out because the nutrients are being sucked out, because they're growing so much at mass production to fill these big industries. We're never going to win the big industries. They're bigger than all of us. That's the reality. They make the food cheap, and we live in a very poor society. Childhood obesity is up. Cancer is up. Where I live, in Nova Scotia, we have more cancer than anywhere else in Canada. We have more diabetes than most places, and it's because of the food we're eating. And we've always prided ourselves that we live in one of the biggest fishing places, and the valley has like apples and all the gardens and stuff, but the field's full of produce. But the thing is they're not growing the healthy stuff anymore. They're growing crap. Now, okay, let me fix that. I like my corn on the cob, don't get me wrong. I indulge when it comes in season, if my husband happens to be so inclined to bring me home some. And potatoes, yes, every once in a while I'll eat a potato, but that's not what they're growing them for. They're growing them for the chip companies. They're growing them for other reasons. And it's because that's where the money is. It's not in growing the healthy food anymore. You know? And so we've been taught so many different things. Do we eat an egg? Do we not eat an egg? Do we eat egg whites or only, it's that message. And it's even on TV. Like you can't avoid this. So there's a new study that came out in 2015. I'm going to calm down a little bit. So there's a new study that came out in 2015 that has actually discovered that fat does not make you have a heart attack and doesn't clog your arteries. What they're now linking it to is sugar. So you think about that for a second. Soda has grown. I remember as a kid, I was lucky if I got a glass of soda, and now more and more you go to the grocery store, and I watch. Grocery carts are full of pop when it's on 99 cents. I swear to God, you're going to feed a small community with this. And it's because we're ingesting empty calories and sugar turns to fat. Fat is meant to be burned. My watch, when I start working out, it says fat burning zone. It doesn't say sugar burning zone, fat burning zone. So as you eat the fat, your body's going to trigger your metabolism. And again, guys, stay tuned for the rest of this. I don't want you to go eat a pound of bacon and say, Lisa said I could eat the fat, just so we're clear, because I ain't taking no responsibility on that. What I'm saying is, you can eat the healthy fats. Olive oil. They've been preaching that forever. You ever watch Rachel Ray? She's like, EVOO, EVOO. She uses it for everything. Avocados. They are healthy fat. Coconut oil. Healthy fat. The other part to this is that you can't eat a lot of carbs. So fat and carbs, similar to the Atkins diet, right? You don't want to eat a lot of carbs. I haven't found a diet yet that says eat the carbs. Not one. Because if there was, I would be eating my rice again. But I have not found one that said, eat the carbs. And I literally have not had rice since September. Maybe was the last time I had rice. So there's a reason why every single platform diet that you've heard of, whether it's Weight Watchers, Simply for Life, yada, 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 it's limit the carbs, guys. Because, and when you eat it, don't eat your carbs at supper time because it doesn't give your body enough time to burn them. You eat them early in the day so that you have enough time to burn them. So, this is where we are right now. So, I have been running a challenge group all this week. It's almost done. And I'm going to be starting another one soon. So, we will be, and you will see a lot of my posts over the next little while around this book that I'm reading, Eat Fat, Get Thin. And you know what? It makes so much sense. And the fact that we're allowed to eat a whole egg now, because the Heart Society years ago said it's going to give you a heart attack, and now they're coming back with the results from 2015 saying, oh no, our bad, whoops, you can eat it, just stay away from sugar. And again, all those cheap products that they're making is sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. When they remove the fat, they're throwing the sugar in for the flavor so you like it. So, I'm sorry guys, it's been a little lengthy, and I'm extremely passionate about a lot of things, and one of them being food. I spent 20 years of my life trying to figure this shit out. Excuse my language, but it's true. I have figured 20 years of my life going, one diet failing, another diet failing, another diet failing, and it's taken to this point in my life. And thank God for Beachbody, and thank God I am so grateful for the team of ladies that I belong to, because they educate me every single day. I learn more, and because of them and the group that I belong to, I have become this version of me, which I gotta tell you is the best version of me I've been in my entire existence, which I'll never tell you my age, just so we're clear, but we'll say that my oldest daughter's 19 in college, so that kind of gives you all an idea. So I am healthier. Happier isn't even a word to describe my everyday. I have such joy and passion and love, like, for my life. When I say that to you guys, you gotta know the fat, unappreciated, crying in the corner, suicidal. And when I say suicidal, guys, I actually attempted suicide before because I felt so alone and so unhappy in that life. Every time I turned around, I wanted to die. I literally, most of my days were sitting there planning on how I was going to do it and how I didn't want my kids to find me and That was me. And if you think that was me years ago, that was me in September of 2016. And I have changed and educated myself to get to this version of myself. And I gotta tell you, all those negative self-talk keep coming back every once in a while. I have to check myself. I'm not gonna lie. But I love my life, and I have such a passion for helping others and teaching others what I've learned. You know, I can't help it. And that's why I really wanted to come on with this video. I'm only halfway through the book. I started it 2 days ago. I don't usually read that fast unless I'm extremely passionate about something. So I'm halfway through the book now, and that's why I kind of wanted to jump on and say food for thought. You can eat fat. Again, don't go drink a gallon of oil, guys. Don't be silly. You can eat your bacon. You can eat a whole friggin' egg. Just stay away from your carbs. It's the balance, guys. But keep in mind that it's all regulated from our government, and our government gets funded by these companies, and these companies come back to our farmers and say, we want you to do blah amount of fields because that's what's going to make you money. So it's a vicious circle, and then us as consumers, we don't have a lot of money. So what are we going to buy? What's affordable? Not always what's right, and not necessarily what we want, but what we can afford. And the sad thing is that more and more we are feeding our kids junk food because it's quick, it's easy, and it's cheap. But a potato chip may be called potato. It is not healthy for us. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, guys. I will do another video. So this is part 1. Questions, concerns, definitely post on this video, inbox me. Like I said, I am passionate. I am more passionate about what is happening with our farmers right now, hi Sissy, than I ever have been. And that's because my life is with a farmer, and I see what these guys go through, the work that they put in to keep their fields good, the amount of fertilizer, It's astonishing what these farmers go through, and the amount of hours and the time they give away from their family to provide us with this, but they're providing us what we're asking for. And because we're being told and we see the prices of that cheap food, that's what we go to. So we are in a vicious circle, and the only person that's going to change it is one person at a time. Just one of us making the choice to spend that extra couple dollars on that bag of lettuce. Thank God the season will be starting soon. We will have produce and cheaper produce. But it's on us. It's on you. It's on me. It's on my kids. It's on every decision we make with every meal to make the choice of eating healthy and making our lives better. So I just wanted to leave that with you guys for now. I just want, listen, if I ever leave you guys with anything, and this is the only video you ever watch, know this. You are worth it, and you deserve everything that the world can give you. And my passion and my love is because what I have, I want other people to have. I want other people to experience it. I don't want you to sit there and contemplate suicide and feel like you're the bad mom because you're too fat to fit on a ride. I spent so much of my life that way to be this version of me saying, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, and be able to enjoy my life not only with my kids, but my husband and my family, you know, and that's the greatest gift this journey has given me. The greatest gift. And, you know, I think that's it. That's what it boils down to. That's why I do these live videos. That's why I jump on here. That's why I read those books, is to keep me motivated. But I want to share this with you. I want you right there watching this video to have this. And the only thing stopping you from having what I have right now is that negative self-talk. And if you ever want to talk to me, or you ever just need help, or what do I do, Lisa? Message me, guys. I don't care. I may not answer you right away because I might be out on the road working or something, but I always check my messages. So I keep saying I'm going to let you guys go, but I am for now. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful evening. I'm about to go enjoy some supper. Finally. Long story there, but finally I'm going to enjoy my supper. But anyway, I just want to leave that with you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and good night.